The whole idea about your environment must be represented in the arts. So in the arts.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Shegun Olo, and today I want to begin by saying Happy Workers' Day to all Nigerians, both home and abroad, wherever you're watching from. I want to say Happy Workers' Day to you. Today is Workers' Day, and it is on that note I'm going to begin by sharing a little bit of news with you on Workers' Day. All right, so just get your seatbelt fastened and let's do this topic as you can see on your screen together tonight. Militaries, raise the volume, raise the volume.
Record there, got to go send it to the ceiling. Zobia from the drop, yeah. It was a master hit, everybody no more, yeah. Now I think I know, see, yesterday was burnt up. You show many massacres, I still get you locked up. Copy for the head of state, it was a dope track. But they saw him back then, and they dope track.
Alright, let's get started. No time to check time. You're welcome on the show. So tonight I want to say good evening once again, everybody. My name is Shegun Olo, as you can see right now on your screen. So today, as part of the news, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, the African Action Congress presidential candidate in the past election, Mr. Omoyele Sowore led a rally, on the occasion of the International Workers' Day, May 1st, what some of us have come to term Unemployment Day in Nigeria. So Mr. Moele Sowore decided to lead Nigerian workers in a rally to talk about the plight of Nigerian workers, talking about the demand for minimum wage, that the oil sector should be revamped properly, and also that police brutality should end, and that minimum wage should at least be paid, even though they said minimum wage is even too small. It's too small. 30,000 naira minimum wage. Please, how long does it take for you to finish spending 30,000 naira as a person? In how many days do you finish spending 30,000 naira? That's another topic altogether, if you ask me. All right, but that's just on one side. So that's just briefly on the news today, just to say something relevant to the Workers' Day celebration today. So, but let's move on without wasting time. So, the issue we are discussing today is about Asari Dokubo and Nnamdi Kanu, and then we'll move away from there to talk about Tonto Dike. The clips I'll be playing, and then we are going to be analyzing these two things together. All right. So the first is Asari Dokubo. I'll tell you my own thoughts, or my verdict, if you like, and then I'll expect you to also tell me what you feel about each of these matters. All right. So Asari Dokubo today the video is not new, right? It's been since April 24th or so. But I decided to mention it today because only how many days ago I talked about uh, Nnamdi Kanu and how they could pull efforts together instead of fighting one another. They could, or dividing the struggles. All these people who feel oppressed can form a network of oppressed people and put down egos, put down their divisions, whatever is causing divisions among them, put them all off on one side and then come together and let's achieve a great Nigeria. If Nigeria is great, I'm not sure somebody in Lagos like me will feel marginalized, and somebody in Ijo will also be feeling marginalized. Even people in Daura people, indigenous of Daura, where President Muhammadu Buhari hails from, are also feeling marginalized. Obasanjo was president for 8 years. The people in Abeokuta, in Ijebu, Egba, all of those in Ogun State, they're also feeling marginalized. Alright? Ogun State has produced more people in power since inception. People in Ogun State are still feeling marginalized. Osinbajo, as we speak right now, is the vice president of Nigeria and is from Ogun State. Ogun State people are still feeling marginalized. Alright? Name other people who have been in position. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is from Bayelsa. People in Bayelsa still feel marginalized. Do you understand it? So all of us are marginalized. Alright? So it is funny how somehow we still have Nigerians, fighting themselves because of petty things, when all the oppressed people are supposed to come together and fight the system that is oppressing them. Instead of them to network their efforts and fight the system that is oppressing them, they are fighting themselves and supporting or ignoring the system. How will you progress? It's just my own thinking. Alright, but I want to pick as a matter of case study today, Asari Dokubo and Nnamdi Kanu. You know the story of Asari Dokubo already. You know the story of Nnamdi Kanu, but just as a matter of LCM, Nnamdi Kanu wants independent people of Biafra, independent nation of Biafra. Asari Dokubo also wants independent nation of Biafra. The two of them want an independent nation of Biafra, but the two of them are fighting. Guess what? And ask me what is the cause. Let us hear Asari Dokubo talk about it by himself.
Say I dey drop my here. I dey drop for you. Don't start what you cannot finish. Because if you start, you go learn something we never learned before. The Ben Johnson way they do and Usain Bolt, you go add another one to them. Because I will smoke you out. I am not boasting. I will smoke you out of every hole, every corner, and you know who I am. They know me. So don't come and mess around me. Having said that, Biafra has no reason to get involved in other people's war. We have no reason getting involved in the war of Saudi Arabia, getting involved in the war of Palestine, getting involved in the war of the Zionist apartheid state of Israel. We have no business. All Biafrans should come together as Biafrans. That sick madman, the sick madman, Donald Trump, that is funding evil man. Donald Trump is an evil man. Did he fight any war? Did he go for any national service? Did he fight anywhere? How we can get our freedom and be free. Islam is in Biafra. There's nothing you can do about it. Islam, they for Biafra. Oh. Come, let me show you. Come, let me show you. Islam, they for Biafra. I trouble come. Me go kill you. So he ran to notice. They notice well. So you see the mosque where they build. Now for Jalan that they build for inside Biafra. I know they London. I know they Jerusalem. Eh? Is it a man? Why do you be? No, before Jerusalem, you dey for Ipokuma. Degema Consulate for Ijoland. Islam dey for it.
So that was Asari Dokubo telling Nnamdi Kanu that we are supposed to come together as people agitating for independent nation of Biafra, you know, and we should allow everybody and respect everybody, or and accord respect to everybody practicing their individual religions. Now, Asari Dokubo is simply saying that Nnamdi Kanu wants to impose the cause of Jewish Christianity on everybody who is sympathetic to the Biafran cause. And he is saying that, come, you cannot impose Christianity on me. Islam, there are Muslim Ijos. Islam had pre-existed Christianity in Ijo community, and you cannot bring Christianity to overlord on us. It's not going to happen. What does that mean? It means they have already started fighting themselves internally. Fighting themselves internally over religion. The common cause, which is to realize self-determinism or regional determination, they have ignored. And they are now fighting over religion. Now, Asari Dokubo is building mosques. Nnamdi Kanu is building churches. Now, that is what the situation is as we speak right now. Now, why am I interested in this? It helps me to explain what the problem of typical Nigerians are. Since 1960, we have been fighting ourselves over minor things. We major in minor things and minor in major things. They have ignored their battle, and they are now fighting the battles of the Jewish Christians versus the Arabian Muslims. You are Nigerians. For all I hear, both of you, Nnamdi Kanu and Asari Dokubo, are Nigerians. The Christians formulated their religion, the Jewish people, to suit their own cause, to answer or to address their own issues in their time. The Saudi Arabians also formulated or designed their own religion to suit or address their own issues in their time. Now, Nigerians, Ijaw community within Nigeria, have ignored their own battle to be fighting the Jewish versus Arabian battles. I don't understand though. And that is the problem we have had since 1960. We will leave, all oppressed people of Nigeria will leave their issues to go and be fighting wars that do not concern them. Palestinian, Jewish, Arabian, what is your business? You have not finished dealing with your bad roads. Brothers in Africa, African brothers fighting themselves over problems of Arabians and religions of the Jewish. I don't understand. Last time I checked, if you go to Brazil, all of the artifacts that you own as Africans, they are in Brazil. Some of them are in UK. You now have to pay. Your children are now paying. Your ancestors sold them. They sold them and embraced Christianity and embraced Islam. Your children are now growing up to be paying for it, to go and learn or to go and see those artifacts in Brazil, in UK, and other Germany and other countries. What is wrong with us? We are ignoring our own things, our own solutions, and going abroad. See, we are not going to solve African problems or Nigerian problems until we start developing and applying African solutions to African problems. It's not my business that the Jewish Israelis or Christians and the Arabian Muslims have issues. It's not my business. That is their problems. They are dealing with it. I have my problem as an African. They applied Christian method to solve their Christian problems. Arabians are applying the Islamic method to solve their Islamic problems. I am an African. I should apply African solution to African problem. Otherwise, we will remain like this. Are you getting something? Igbos want to be Jewish. Some Igbos, like Asari Dokubo, want to be Arabian. Is building mosque. Is that my problem in 21st century Africa? Nnamdi Kanu is putting the popish, or what do you call that thing, on his head to signify that he belongs to Jew. I don't understand it. If you are not an African, just simply say you are not an African, leave Nigeria, go to Israel. Because even the last time I checked also, the Israelis are already building nuclear weapon. While you are in Africa and calling on the Israeli God, the Israelis are building nuclear weapon. What are you building? And you are fighting your own brother. You are fighting yourselves. You ignore your common cause. Your people are dying of poverty and hunger. You ignore that. You are fighting the Jewish Christian war versus the Saudi Arabian Islamic war. How is that your problem? Do you think God cares what religion you practice? Do you think God cares? God has no religion. God is religionless. It is human beings that choose what religion they want. And these religions that are prominent in the world were created by these different prominent regions to address their own problems. Nigerians should also come up with their own solutions to solve their own problems. How could... It's tiring, you know. Sometimes you look at your brothers, you just feel like, I don't understand. I'm sorry. But it's painful. Sometimes it's annoying. Saudi Arabian problem versus Israeli problem. They are building nuclear weapons to finish. You are here grappling with their problem. You ignore your own problem. Alright. That is my own verdict. We should begin to develop and apply African solutions to African problems and leave the Western world and the Arabian world to their own problems. They are solving their own. My own verdict. Alright? Now, what is your own verdict? Let us hear it as I transit to the next topic, which will be anti-Tonto Dike and versus Nigerians and Churchill.
Africa shrine call.
Thank you, Idris. That was fantastic. All right, so let's continue. So, the next matter on the burner tonight is okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to look at the comments so I don't lose sight of some of them. I want to take note of these comments when it's time to start taking comments and start reacting to them. Well, the next matter is anti-Tonto Dike. So Nigerians are also trending on Tonto Dike matter. While we are just trying to, they are yet to let loose or free from Regina Daniels matter, and now we are on Tonto Dik Tonto Dike. Somebody spells it as Tonto Dike. The proper name is Tonto, Tontodike, not Toto Toto and Decay Decay. No, it's wrong. Please don't spoil people's name. She is Tonto Dike, and it has meaning if you look at the native meaning of that name. Those of you that know can help us with it. All right. So what's the matter, Auntie Tonto Dike? Uh, came out today and then said that her purpose for going into relationship with Churchill was not because she really I mean my own interpretation, because I'm going to play the short clip to you now, was not necessarily because she loved Churchill as a person. I also saw another interview she granted Dr. Freeze, where she alleged that she started throwing you know different modes at Churchill, that Churchill does not last long in bed. He's a 48 seconds man. Those ones are clearly results of frustration, trying to blash somebody because you are broken up with him. But if he were to be a 20 seconds or 10 seconds man in bed, and it belongs to the Obasanjo family, would we be hearing all of this? Why am I saying this? Listen to Auntie Tonto Dike and clearly by yourself understand the story.
The first time I met them, the mother told me she's Obasanjo's wife. It's a scam. He told me he's Obasanjo's son. It's a scam. He was a Liberian for Obasanjo. His father, God bless his soul, even if I did not know him, I'm not sure I would have hated him totally. This is his father. This is who his father is. His father was Obasanjo's gardener that graduated into being a spiritual leader. This is his father. This man has never for one day, he always puts Obasanjo on Obasanjo's birthday, happy birthday daddy, even the brother. If you go to his page, you will see him and Obasanjo, daddy, I came to see daddy. Not for one day have they ever posted this man's picture, because they want to keep scamming people that they're Obasanjo's son. This is his father. No relationship with Obasanjo. If this man had a relationship with Obasanjo, I would be the happiest girl on earth, because it's a name that my son will inherit and work on to be a better person in life. This is his father. When I went for the first time, I knew that he was not. I had always suspected, because I was the one spending. When I told you, I said why we met, he was broke. He said having money after I left to go and give birth. That's when his first Yahoo ever money came. When I know him, that's the first time I ever knew him with money, because that was when he paid for the I think it was 8 million.
Right, so that was Auntie Tonto Dike, and then she's saying that she would have loved it if, according to the story Churchill told her, Churchill actually was in the Obasanjo, a member of the Obasanjo family, contrary to deception that was served to her. In other words, she married Churchill because Churchill sold the template or the story or the format to her that he was a member of the Obasanjo family. She realized only later that it was all a lie. Alright? Now, she then said that she would have loved it if the story were true. Now, she didn't love Churchill. I may not be correct. She didn't love Churchill from day one. She just wanted that name or relationship or affiliation with Obasanjo. Churchill also wanted a taste of Tonto Dike. and he realized, being a smart Yahoo guy, that Tonto Dike described him as, that Tonto Dike wanted the Obasanjo affiliation at all costs. So he decided to sell that template to her to enter the Toto of Tonto, right? So by the time he got what he wanted, anything can cast. So somebody wanted something, the other person wanted something, the feeling was actually not there, the love was actually not there. So at the end of the day, both of them got what they wanted, which was their fantasies, and that's my verdict. Tonto Dike got what she wanted, to affiliate with Obasanjo name, because according to this interview I just played to you now, she has finally come out to mention that she wanted the Obasanjo name. So she achieved her fantasy through Churchill. At least, even if Churchill was only a librarian for Obasanjo, or Churchill's father was a librarian or was a gardener for Obasanjo, at least she had affiliation with Obasanjo. So she achieved her fantasy of familiarizing or affiliating with Obasanjo. Churchill also had his own, fantasy of I just want to taste the Toto of Tonto Dike. So the two of them achieved. But anyways, no mind me, I can be naughty. If Tonto Dike feels that Churchill was the only person who benefited the most by achieving the real thing, and she hasn't still achieved a child's name bearing Obasanjo, it's still simple. Baba Obasanjo, last time I checked, I heard that he has a very strong libido, and he still does well. So much that he even did with the wife of his son, like some people called it incest. So Baba is still healthy, even at his age. So Auntie Tonto Dike is still not late. You can still try. You can still try Baba himself. You can still try Baba Obasanjo himself. He commits incest. He still has libidinal energy. I'm not right. I'm sorry. It's not deliberate. I'm sorry. So you can see bear Obasanjo's name, Auntie Tonto Dike. Churchill has achieved his own. You are also closer. You are closer. Just do more. Approach Baba himself. If you don't know how to do it, let me recommend for you. Talk to Regina Daniels. Regina Daniels will tell you how to do it. Regina Daniels will tell you how she got her own Nednwoko. But anyways, I joke too much. What you can do is this. You see, my own immediate concern is that for as long as relationship is a matter of transaction, love will be missing. Alright, so there was no love in the first place between Churchill and Tonto Dike. From what I have heard Tonto Dike exposed so far, there was no love. The only thing that existed was the fantasy and the interest in bearing Obasanjo's name and making money. That was Tonto Dike's transactional term in that relationship. Alright, so Churchill perhaps benefited, gaining casual or carnal knowledge of Tonto Dike without necessarily giving Tonto Dike what she wanted for that relationship. So Tonto Dike, don't give up. Don't give up. You can get Baba himself. Although I'm aware that Baba is running broke lately, and that's where I'm sorry if that breaks your heart, because I learned that Baba wants to sell. I don't know how true that story is, that Baba wants to sell the farm in Ota, the OFN, Operation Feed the Nation, that became Obasanjo Farm Nigeria. We learned that the federal government had been paying workers in that farm since he was president, and every successive president, he made sure that he had a hand in who becomes the next president to continue to pay workers in Ota farm. I don't know how true, but you can do the maths yourself. Now he wants to sell it because Buhari has refused to continue that dispensation of paying workers of a private firm. All of them lump and join together, you know. Keep trying. You may still meet your own before Baba finish spending the change that is remaining with him. Enter. Baba still has other properties, you know. There's the Hilton Top Mansion, you know. There's the Bells University in Ota. And before they finish selling that Ota farm, you might still have your own department that you secure that they will not be able to sell. This country, I don't know, but I'm just sure if you want to buy the farm, you know, Ota is not far from you. You can make inquiry. I'm not the one selling. Alright, Chuku Shegun, the problem of Nigeria and their marginalization is Nigeria constitution. Believe it or not, until the constitution is changed and respected, nothing will work. See, I understand the fact that the constitution is not autochthonous like lawyers used to call it. It's not autochthonous. When they say a constitution is not autochthonous, what it means is that it does not represent or reflect the wish of the local people or the native people upon which the constitution itself is binding. Alright, we know that it is a fraud. But even then, even though it is a fraud, if it is practiced to the letter, this country will not be like this. So it is not only about the constitution being a fraud, it is also about the insincerity of Nigeria's government to even, you know, let that constitution, you know, be implemented. Alright, the Nigerian government does not even want it implemented, even though it is a fraud. So the problem we have right now is that the Nigerian government itself is a fraud. That is the issue. Alright, because if Nigerian government wants the constitution practiced, at least that 1999 constitution as amended still guarantees or still provides for education to be free up to some extent or to some levels. You know, that constitution still guarantees fundamental human rights that are not being respected today and all of that. So even though it is a fraud, if they practice it, at least we know where we'll be now. But we are not there. Do you get it? Anyways, I know I talk a lot. I talk too much, right? But let's not take it too far. Yes. Let's do more comments. I'll respond to comments next. All right. So where's me the Dries? Give it to me, please. You know I like doing this thing a lot.
The whole idea about your environment must represent in the music and the arts. So the arts.
Let me do another music quickly. I started playing this one since yesterday. It's by Larry Safari. It's called Shine Your Eyes. And do you know why I like this music? It applies to almost every topic we have treated, including especially the first one. You know, when Asari Dokubo and Nnamdi Kanu are almost fighting each other. Two brothers in the same, with common battle. They ignore their battles to go and be fighting the Arabian and the Christian battle, you know, and ignoring their own battle. Religion. Listen to Larry Safari.
Don't change it. If Catholic Church stop this sex abuse scandals, life don't change it. Oh yeah. I dey vex so.
Safari.
On the door. I dey vex. I dey vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winning. See now, if you truly believe in the church, oh, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, oh, me I don't want to know. If you believe in the pastors, oh, as I don't want to know. If you believe in the imam, oh, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh lo lo lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh go go oh. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now, Oyibo come deceive us. Then come bring their Jesus. Even the story about Jacob, my ancestors make you save us. My people make gonna wake up. Wake up. If you truly believe in the church, oh, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, oh, me I don't want to know. If you really believe in the Bible, I don't want to know. And if you really believe in Quran, oh, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh lo lo lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself, oh go go go. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now, if some imam do it in they supposed, life for don't change it. If pastors practice within them they preach, life for don't change it. If Catholic Church stop this sex abuse scandals, life for don't change it. Muslim, Christian, do what you're supposed to do, life for don't change. Listen.
As a message from Larry Safari. All right, so let's get the comments coming in now. So somebody is saying solution says we need to build our societies and make it work. I agree with you. Alim Bello has something to say. Shege point of correction. Nnamdi Kanu never fought Asari. Now Asari they worry himself for his own selfish interest. Do your investigation. Larry Safari, you're online. I dey feel that your music it dey bust my brain. Well, let me quickly respond to the person saying that Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting. I'm not saying Nnamdi Kanu is fighting Asari Dokubo. That's not the point. What I'm saying is that they're already using religion to divide their main course, and it has been like that since 1960. Not only in Ijaw, but in the entire country, Nigeria. Alright? All oppressed people, whether you are Muslim or Christian, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, all of us are oppressed. But the problems we have is that we then start using religion to sabotage the common cause. It has been since before independence, after independence, after military, after civil war, after civilian rule. We have been like that. Oh, I'm a Christian, he's a Muslim. Christians, let's come together. Muslims, let's come together. Let us make it an Islamic affair, or let's make it a Christian. It's already a small community, as small as Ijaw. A community as small as Ijaw are already dividing themselves over Muslim Ijaw, Christian Ijaw. And I ask the question, what is fundamental between Islam Ijaw and Christian Ijaw? What is fundamental to them? Is it not to achieve the welfare of their people? If you are now using the Saudi Arabian Islam and the Jewish Christian, religion to divide yourselves, what's the point? You are using those two things to divide brothers. Asari Dokubo wants independent Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu wants independent Biafra. The same cause, fundamentally self-determinism. But they are now fighting over what what religious method, and the religious method they are even fighting over, none of them is native to them. Anyways, my proposition: develop and apply African solutions to African problems. Box ZD $16 billion for electricity, waste the money, but people are sleeping in darkness. Nigerian institutions are managed by thieves and for thieves, period. It is the same story of all oppressed people. We are all oppressed. All of us, see, electricity, if we are all in the same community and there's no electricity, you will not have darkness because you are Christian or Muslim. You will have darkness because there's no electricity. Are you people getting what we are saying? Halim Bello, Shege, check my previous chat. Nnamdi Kanu said it long time that every person has freedom of religion. I am not talking about who started the war or who is starting the war. I'm talking about how religion is already becoming the division between them. It's already becoming the basis to divide or to distract them from seeking whether referendum or whatever they want to use to get themselves. Solutions is light is not blinking outside Nigeria. Abi Halimbelo, however, Shege, you are a truthful fella. As in truthful fella. I am Shegun, I'm not fella, but I love philosophy, as in the philosophy. Fella's philosophy. The philosophy of fella, so that we call philosophy. Alright. So I love the philosophy. Thank you so much, Alim Bielo. So, well, this is 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Alright. Okay. Razak Ademola, watching from West London. Breaking news: lifeless Buhari ADC's wife's father kidnapped in Dara. They never see anything. Anyways, they know who is doing the kidnapping. They know themselves. The kidnapper and the kidnapped, they know themselves. Alright. Buhari has escaped. Has abandoned the country and ran to. They have not sworn him in for second time. He's already tired. He has run to London. A serious country that has an ailing president, for instance, guess what they will be doing? They will be building the best of hospitals to treat their citizens. Kanu Nwankwo, that Nigerian footballer, has Kanu Heart Foundation. Whatever issue he has, he creates a solution around it. While he's solving it for himself, he's thinking about others who might be in similar situation or circumstance, and he's treating them. Kanu Heart Foundation. Now you have a president in the country who is sick. Instead of building a hospital that will solve the problem for him and solve the same problem for other people, other citizens who might be in similar condition, he ignores other people who might be suffering and to be dying, and is traveling to London every time. This is 4 years after, and he's back again. They have not sworn him for the second time. He's already tired. He's back to London. All of us will be alright one day. Let me do this little song once more. In 5 minutes we should be running off. If there's any comment you feel I should respond to, Pan-African, please, all of you should bring your comment in. If there's something you feel we should address during the live show, before we close it, please put it in comment. Pan-African says Ijo and Igbo historically can get along. Remember Isaac Boro. Isaac Boro. Hello, Abraham. Ijo have strong head. Pan-African says Ijo have strong head. Igbo also have strong head. Yeah, it's normal. Now everybody has pride. Everybody has pride. But that's not the point. The point is that when we have a common cause, we should put all those things, ego, religion, tribe, we should put them aside and as an oppressed people. That is what unites all of us, our oppression, our oppressors. All right, that is what makes all of us the same. That is what we have in common. What we all have in common as Nigerians is oppression, not religion, not tribe. Okay, we have something in common, it is oppression, and we are supposed to unite under that umbrella of oppressed people and solve this problem. But instead of us to solve this problem as people who are collectively oppressed, we ignore that problem. We are grappling with religion of the Saudi Arabians and the religion of the Israelis. Alright, the Israelis whose God you are calling on, they have stopped calling on that God. They are already building nuclear weapon. You are here in Nigeria, you are fighting yourselves over religion of the Israelis and the religion of the Arabians. You can now see that we have serious problem. It's spiritual. if you care, it's spiritual, but I don't think it's spiritual as such. It's physical. We can reorientate ourselves and call ourselves to others. Say, come, don't you think we are stupid? I am fighting for the religion of the Jewish Christians. You are fighting for the religion of the Arabian Muslims, and we are the same Nigerians within the same Ijaw community. Don't you think we are mad? Yes, it's not a spiritual problem. We can solve it by calling ourselves. Say, come, don't you think we have problem? So that is what I think we should do, and then we will solve our problems. We can start developing African solutions to solve African problems. That is my own position. Let us start applying African solutions to African problems. You would see that it is not difficult. Our problems are not complex. There are things we can identify and solve. The only problems we have are ego. Alright, we have ego, and we want to look foreign. Bats. We are bats. We are neither birds of the earth nor fowls of the air. We are between. We are like bats. That's our problem. You are not African, and you cannot be an Israeli at the same time. It's not possible. Israelis know themselves. Arabians know themselves. You are a Nigerian. That's what you are. So by leaving your status as a Nigerian and try to identify with the Israeli or the Arabian, you are neither here nor there. You are not a Nigerian at the same time. You are not an Arabian or an Israeli. It's not possible. You are not a Jew. Alright? It's time for the Gentiles to take you as a special. You can get what you want if you want. But hello, Nigerians, start solving your own problems by applying your own solutions. That's my message. That's just my message tonight. Alright? I saw Moyele Showre today. Abraham. I saw Moyele Showre, not physically today. I saw him online the same way, and I played the photos of him leading a rally in Lagos today. I've not seen him. I have not spoken with him since he came back to Nigeria. Right. G Simon. G, when you say you are G Simon, are you a G boy? Are you a G? Because everywhere now that I go, I'll be hearing G. What is G? When you say you're a G boy, what is G? What is the meaning of G? If G is guy, well, G boy, G guy is also boy. G boy is tautology. What do you mean by G, guys? When you say G boy, what do you mean? And I know they always use it for Yahoo boys. So what is G? Pan African says, so do you think they should go back to ancestral religion? You don't even need religion to solve your problems. That's what I'm saying. See, religion is a mid-history phenomenon. It's a mid-history concept. It's a medieval concept. Medieval. When people that was proud to science, people did not know the answer to problems like, when you when you give birth to twins, you know, and you feel like, ha, could it be the twins that are responsible for, it looked abnormal to a lot of people. Could it be that the twins are responsible for our problems in this world? We should kill one. It should only be one. They were looking for solutions to answers to those things that were strange to them. Why do we have night and day? That was prior to science. They needed explanation to it, and they thought that there were some spirits responsible for changing day to night. Prior science, mid history. That was why they formed religions. Why do we have this? Why do we have water and it will be cold? Why do we have water and we can make it? Why do we have water that is cold? Why do we have this one and it is hot? Why is the sun hot? Why does what causes rain? What causes it to rain? Those were the reasons that they formed religions in those days. Alright? Those were the reasons they formed religions in those days. But by the time science came and started giving explanations to these things, it was a revolution altogether. Now that we now understand why people give birth to twins, and we can biologically explain them, now that we understand why the day and night form according to time, and we now form time, 24 hours of the day. Now that we now know that the reason for rain can also be forecast by weather. You can do weather forecast and tell whether it is going to rain and all that. Now that we have explanation for many things, now that we know that it is this earth that revolves around the sun and not the other way around, we should already by now be doing away with religions. But irony, we are still grappling with the mid-history, the medieval age concept, stone concept. And that is why we still have religions. And those were not even our own problems. They were problems of the Jews and problems of the Arabians. Kilo wan shewa. Kilo shewa. So if we have, okay, thank you, fuck Google, thank you. I'm not an Englishman, and you have helped me to pronounce it well. It's pronounced medieval, not medieval. You see? Ṣé ìwé ń gbọ́ Yorùbá? Ṣé ìwé ń gbọ́ Yorùbá? I still try. I can still speak English to some extent. Ṣé ìwé ń gbọ́ Yorùbá? Ṣé Donald Trump gbọ́ Yorùbá? Anyways, I digress. Thank you for Google. I'm just joking. I play, I play. Alright. So Pan-African says Shango can cause rain. No. Yes. If we have a Shango that can cause rain, why are we grappling with the religion that cannot explain rain? Are you getting what I'm saying? That's my drift. We have all these things here. We ignore them. We are running after the ones that cannot explain or that cannot give solution to problems. Let me give you another instance. Before these comments go, even the Central African religion will do worse than the other. You can see our traditional leaders and the community leaders, they are oppressing the poor. No. Oppression is something of the psyche. It is not something of the religion. Alright? If oppression is by religion, Christianity is also not different, because the reality is that even Christianity itself also prescribes oppression. Alright? They'll bring all the rich people who have stolen they have stolen your lives blind. They have stolen your destiny. They will be the ones in the front at the church. You'll be the ones at the front in the church. You, that your destiny has been stolen by these people at the front, they will ask you to go and sit at the back. That is the hierarchy in the church. If you bring huge money, the pastor will give all their attention and concentration to you and pray for you. Others who do not have money, they relegate them. it's the same. Religions are the same. So it is not as if it is the African religion that has problem. All right. One man went to Mo. Yes, I make noise. So Nelson's pink lips. Imagine politicians swear with Ogun. Yes, I was going to mention that instance. If do you know that our own religion even had relevance and impact over the ones that they brought to us from Europe? For instance, for effect, all these our politicians are idol worshippers. All these are politicians. They are Ogun, Shango, Oya worshippers by nature, by standard, by practice. But guess what? The moment they want to go to court after they have stolen all the monies in town, and you are suing them to court, or EFCC takes them to court, if they want to swear, they will if they ask them what is their religion, they will tell you, oh, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim. You know why? They will now collect the Bible to swear. They swear by the Bible. Do you know why they are swearing by the Bible? Because they know the Bible has no consequence. Or they will swear by Islam because they know that foreign religion also has no consequence. It's just a child's play. They will now tell you, yeah, I swear. They will now go back to church and say, see, I swear by Bible, but I did it too. They will now say, the pastor will now say, don't worry, all things have passed away, all things are new. You understand? And then they will now start praying for him to say, don't worry, go and sin no more, but bring tithes. Do you see how deceptive the foreign religions are about? That is the way it is. Guess what? If these politicians swear by Ogun, Shango, Obatala, Ailala, and all of that, they will not even swear. They will just come out and confess, say, I stole the money. They will plead, I am guilty. They will plead guilty. You know why? Because they know that Shango, Obatala, Oya, Ailala, they have consequences. But Jesus Christ and the Bible has no consequence. It's fluff. Even the Vatican came out lately to say that Jesus is not coming back. You should not expect him. Why are we deceiving ourselves now? So the people who wrote the Bible came back to tell us they are sorry. They only wrote the concept of paradise to make people long for something and be of good conduct and manner as of then. But that it truly does not exist, and Jesus is not coming back. But you will be say Jesus no come from Nigeria, no come Nigeria, come talk to you. Now you carry and put for head pass. Can you see? Alright? And you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. If the Vaticans are saying it's not like that anymore, now you can carry and put for a pass. Solutions: Vatican is paganism mixed with original Christianity. Well, Abraham, you can Google it. Max Senior then, who told you swearing by the Bible has no consequence? God is patient, God. See, 1 minute they will tell you it has consequence. The next minute they will tell you, for as long as you have accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, no more consequence. That all things have passed away. I go to church and I know, and I read the Bible too. So when they gave it to us, what they gave to us is to make us feel that, don't worry, all those sins you have committed are gone. As far as you have Jesus Christ, Jesus already died for all those sins, so there's no consequence. Obatala, Shango, and all other gods are biased. I'm not saying I don't practice any of them. I'm just saying that, for instance, if you practice Obatala and they ask you to swear by Obatala after committing a societal wrong, or they ask you what your religion is and you say you practice Shango, they ask you to swear by Shango, or you practice, before the Europeans came, those things had consequences. You cannot sleep with somebody's wife and you come and swear at the market square. In 7 days it will happen, according to what we heard. According to what we heard. I have not practiced. I don't practice it. I'm not even interested in religion. All I'm interested in is in 21st century, give me electricity, give me good road, give me everything that is okay, and let my life move forward. That's all I want in 21st. I'm not interested in religion. But I'm saying, even if you want to practice religion, what happened to your own? That's what I'm saying. Joseph Omotosho says, let Nigerians keep praying with their eyes closed, and the criminals among them keep stealing the treasury before they open their eyes. uh, One man went to Moses. Mark is saying, okay, that's a response to you, Mark. Obatala is instant. Let them swear by Obatala, and you see an instant consequence when a okay. Um, Abraham says to go to church is not the problem. How can you say that there's no God or Jesus? Who has said so now? I have not said God does not exist. I have not said there's no Jesus. You are the one confusing yourself, Mark. I mean, Abraham. Abraham, don't confuse yourself. I have not said there's no God. I'm only saying there are methods. And God is not a Christian. God is not a Muslim. God has no religion. It is human beings that have religions and choose whichever one they want according to their regions. Alright? So don't confuse yourself. I know what I'm talking about. There is God, alright, but what method you use is dependent on how serious you are or who gave it to you. God has no religion, and God is not going to judge you by your religion in the end time. God will not judge you by whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. It's your problem. Alright? Fuck Google says the first Alafin is Shango. Why do you think a human being would have such consequential power? They are all fictional characters like Jesus. Oh God. Fire burning MFM members praying. God now fire brigade. Oh, where is the fire in MFM? Femi okay, Wale. So much you don't know about religion. Talk politics you have idea about, and let's rub minds with you. I don't have idea about religion. You that you have idea about religion, how will it solve our problems? Because the religion is dividing us, and I've given examples today. If you follow with your heart open and not closed by your religion, you will understand what we are talking about. That religion is dividing people, is dividing the oppressed people, and is beclouding the sense of reasoning of the oppressed people. Do you get what I'm saying now? Religion is beclouding the sense of reasoning of the oppressed people. That is the point. I don't have interest in any religion. I'm not interested. Those of you that are religious, it is your issue. It's personal. Religion is personal. Alright? So hold it to yourself. But when we talk about solving common human problems, don't bring religion. They use it to divide people and to becloud their sense of reasoning. That's where my grouse is. Alright? One man says, if you think that 30% of the world are in India and China alone, and none of them are any of the main religions that we know, then you start to ask questions. 30% of the world are in India and China alone. None of them are any of the main Christian or Muslim religions. That's the point. Pan-Africa, if you think Shango is fictional character, then go to Shango shrine and say it. You see, you have started fighting yourselves now. Shango people, Ogun people, Jesus people, Muslim. Can you see what we are saying now? Can we drop religion for one moment and face 21st century questions that is facing us, that is staring us in the face? That's my position. Is there any Nigerian name in Bible or Quran? Joseph Omotosho is asking. Stupid people with no love. Numokeji, I think you at least you get my point. I'm talking about religion because Nigerians are so religious and forget their main issues. It is the religiousness in Nigeria that is making us weak as a people. Let's be realistic. You get my point, Numokeji. Solution say, okay, Shegun, leave religion. I'm not leaving religion as long as Nigerians have not left religion, because it is our problem. It is our problem. It is our problem. Okay? The moment we say, oh, let us do this, if we say, oh, this government is not doing what it should do, can we come out and say, hey, the past vote of confidence on Goodluck Jonathan is the best president? Other Nigerians will say, no, he is the worst president in history. Can we say, and some people in Can are doing it because Goodluck Jonathan is a Christian. Now we have a Muslim president. Leah Sharibu is still, however ridiculous it may sound to you, Leah Sharibu is still in captivity. Government is not showing concern. The moment somebody, has it ever happened before that somebody is on death row in Saudi Arabia and Nigerian government secured their release? But because this one is a Muslim, we thank God for the life of Zainab, and I'm happy that at least I see her as a Nigerian citizen, not as a Muslim. A Nigerian citizen who was wrongly, condemned to death in Saudi Arabia has been freed. Alright? But guess what? If she were to be a Christian, we may not have had that kind of speedy investigation that revealed that cartel at the Nigerian Port Authority. I'm just saying, what are we still talking about? How religion has made some people victims in their own country and made some people superior. And you say we should leave religion. Okay, I leave it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.
Africa shrine call.
The whole idea about your environment must represent in the music and the arts. So the artists.
He still lives, yo. He still lives, yo. Black power. He's still living. I say he still lives, yo. Halakuta vibes, we call. He still lives, yo. Africa shrine, we call. He still lives, yo. Shagunolu Doctrine. He still lives, yo. He's still living. I say he still lives, yo.
You show us the holy, you show us the scripture, you taught us the grinding, you taught us the holy.
So I think as far as Africa is concerned, music cannot be for enjoyment. Music has to be for revolution. Really.
Father of Afrobeat, Olufela, mo fun we 20 closer. Anytime I light it up, the shit is moving closer. One call it Derby, cause I'm still younger. Space to vacant, cause I need to feel it. Record there, 32, cause I need to feel it.